Hey YouTube, it's Ashley and you're watching The Substance Project. Today's video is on staying warm in this freaking cold. In case you haven't noticed, it's freezing across most of the US. There actually have been record lows set all over the place. Columbus, Ohio set a 101-year record low for the temperature. Okay, Detroit is actually on track to potentially have the coldest February ever in its history, period. And even Nashville is tying their record lows. Wherever you are, you've probably been hit with at least a burst of the cold air. So what's the best way to stay warm? I just read this awesome article in Real Simple, which interviewed the Secretary of the Mountaineering Club of Alaska, who also happens to be captain in the U.S. Army in Alaska, who specializes in cold weather operations. And he shared some great tips for staying warm. So I'll give you 7. Here we go. First of all, layering versus puffy coat. Which one is best? Our captain tells us both. The down of your puffy coat actually helps to hold in the warm air that your body generates and really insulate you. That's why it's so effective. But layering can actually provide some insulation too. So first layering and then topping it off with a puffy coat is the best way to keep warm and cozy. Next, hat and scarf. We've heard this for years, but adults lose at least 10% of their body heat through their head. So putting a cap on it can really help. But hats also help keep your ears warm, right? And our ears get particularly cold because they don't have any fat or muscles to keep them warm. So does our nose. So our captain recommends not only wearing a hat that covers your ears, but also having a scarf that you can pull up over your face and over your nose if you're really in the blustery cold. Next up, hands. Why do they always feel so cold? Well, as your body temperature drops, it actually slows down blood flow to the sections of the body farthest from the heart, like your hands and your feet. Our captain tells us that warming up your core is actually a more effective way to warm those hands than rubbing them together or blowing on them. So if you're really in a bind, jog in place, do a couple jumping jacks, get that body temp up, and that will help. Of course, gloves are awesome, but mittens are actually better because they allow your fingers to share the heat. Next up is feet, equally cold because of that blood flow issue. Our captain tells us that boots lined with real fur are most effective for keeping warm. Certainly some of you might take issue with that, so the next recommendation is to layer up on your socks. He actually recommends buying boots a half a size bigger than your normal shoe size so that you can allow for this. A tight or a thin polyester sock as the first line of defense is the best strategy because that will help absorb any sweat, and then covering up that thin sock with a wool sock is the best way to insulate those toes. Quick note, when I travel for business in the winter, I always wear my boots and I always double up on socks, and I actually find it a really effective way to just keep my whole body a little bit warmer. What if you're really dedicated to your exercise and you're getting out there in the cold? Or maybe you just got to shovel that front driveway and you're expecting to sweat a little bit in this frigid cold. What's the best way to dress? Since sweating actually cools your body, you do need a way to remove that moisture. So your first layer should not be a cotton long sleeve t-shirt. This is going to lock in the moisture, keep it close to your body, and actually cool you down. But if you start with some long underwear, like a silk tee, or a t-shirt made of synthetic fibers like a nylon, Nike Dry Fit is awesome for this. Then add an insulating layer like wool or fleece. That's your best bet for staying warm. On top of that, top it off with a wind-resistant shell or jacket, and you'll be nice and cozy warm. Tip number 6, stay hydrated. This doesn't necessarily mean drink your hot cocoa. While drinking warm drinks can mentally warm you up, it doesn't actually do anything for your core body temp. But staying hydrated is a way to help your body regulate that temperature. So if you plan to be outside, make sure that you've consumed lots of water. And finally, eat. When your body digests food, that's actually some internal exercise, which helps to create heat. It also ensures that blood is flowing to your tummy and probably flowing to the rest of your body. So I hope that these tips help you stay a little bit warmer this winter. Let's all pray that spring is coming soon. If you have additional tips that have worked well for you, please leave them in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching The Substance Project. If you like what you saw here, please give us a thumbs up. Maybe think about sharing us with your friend, your sister, your mom, whoever you think might like us. Thanks so much for watching and come back soon. Bye.